You know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know how I feel. You know how I feel. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay, sweet. Carla, you're here, sweet. Jennifer, Claire, Louisa, Lolly's here. Okay, welcome everybody. I think that, I don't know. I'm wondering if we should just say that the class really starts at 7:10 and I'll start streaming at 7. I'm really sorry, y'all. There's always something that comes up. To be honest, I just have way too many cameras, and but I'm addicted to them now. And I watched the last class when I had all these crazy cameras, and I guess I thought it was kind of cool looking. So anyway, I apologize for the slight delay. I think most of you probably figured out it usually starts at 7:10 anyway. I'm curious if you guys are getting sick of the opening song. Like, for those of you that do sit there and wait listening to it, should I play something else? Oops, I forgot my water. I want to say thank you guys or thank you people for participating in the birthday jam. I know a lot of you swung by, and we had some friends of mine from the hoop world that don't really attend to the classes that much join in. It was really fun, and it was one of the better birthdays I've had in a while. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say that, but it was a good birthday, and I really appreciated it. I wasn't, I had kind of a rough holiday, and so it was nice to be buoyed by that. So thank you. If I didn't get a chance to acknowledge you, if you were part of the Zoom wall or whatever, if I didn't speak to your presence enough, I really apologize. One of the things that happens to me is I get anxious, and even though I've been doing this 2 years now, and we've done a lot of these, in the moment, I'm not always thinking super clearly because I'm kind of like the director and producer also. So, okay, cool. Let's leave it. I love the artist that made that track. She made that, or they made that specifically for me. So, okay. Tonight, by request, Artful Spending, Jennifer has, she wrote something about like being taken away from reality. And then and then she came back and sort of clarified. And then one of the things she said was story or sweet. Thank you, Sarah, for saying that. I really appreciated your green screen, Sarah. That was super sweet. It was kind of cool. My brother, who's a non-hooper, and his wife actually sat on it for about 30 minutes, and they noticed your sign, Sarah, and they thought that was awesome. Okay. So anyway, one of the things that Jennifer had said was that maybe we should do something mythy or story-based, and it was really helpful. I really like when you guys make suggestions, and when you suggest the myth, I don't know. Now that we've kind of established, and you guys know that I'm not leading a cult here, that this is story time, I feel much more comfortable just doing these classes, because for a while I felt like I kept having to re-explain that I'm not trying to create a religion, that this is a story idea. So anyway, but if you're new to this, if this is your first time, which I doubt it would be, and you're watching this on replay maybe, the stories are meant to help take us to a creative place. They are a context. In the same way that you might go into a church or religious building and feel kind of uplifted by it, you could walk into the My Dan story and be like, charged by your own creativity in that new setting. And so whether you're a visitor or you want to be in the story with us, that's fine, but it's a story. Tonight we're going to talk about Pasha. I wanted to show you this opening image here. This is essentially where I feel as though I am right now. And I've been thinking a lot about, what's next. And it's so funny because I've actually been feeling this kind of, even though I know it's a character, I've been feeling this sort of Pasha energy. She had a very sort of stay the course attitude. And so I felt like, I've been making some good decisions, some healthier decisions, some better decisions, and I just need to stay that course and allow that course for me right now to unfold. Now, I'm not saying that this is the way everybody should do it. I tend to kind of like look too far down the road that I trip on what's right in front of me sometimes. So this is sort of a balance, and sometimes I stare at my feet too much. I don't really know if I would say that I have like my day in transmissions, but I remember one time in this story just hearing Ashwa say to Giancarlo, my character, "Look up from your feet, Giancarlo, look up from your feet." And so I sort of, like a lot of things, I have trouble finding that sort of middle ground. So when I think about like this place of starting 2022 for everybody, I was thinking that this might be a good time to sort of have a flow class built around some myth. And with Pasha, it's more just ideas than actual stories. But the gist of this story, just so we get started. Well, actually, I'll just do it in Sway. We'll talk about the story in Sway. Okay, so I think we're ready to go then. For those of you that dig the story and you like to keep up with it, we're about to talk about Pasha the Peacemaker. Okay, let's see if I got everything ready to go here. Yeah, welcome to 14 different ways of looking at Baxter. Literally. Hey there, Bonnie. Okay. Audible breath in. Make sure I got the balance going good here. Okay. If the music needs to be louder, let me know. Audible breath in. I'm gonna go blindfolded because that's just what feels good to me. If Pasha were real and in front of me right now and knew what was going on in my life, she might say, "Giancarlo, you ask so many questions, one tied to the end of the other. And yet you never wait for the answer to circle back." Audible breath in. Another example of Pasha's thinking. If a my Dan were to come to her, overwhelmed, or perplexed or entangled and really suffering from it. Audible breath in. Pasha would say, are you open to all that this is teaching you? Are you open to all that this struggle or suffering could open in you? Are your eyes unafraid of seeing? Are your hands willing to touch? Open, open. As some of you might remember, Pasha joins Ana and Saza early on. And even though she didn't know it at the time, she becomes the third Maidan. And they find Pasha in the ruins of a town, village. And it's been ravaged by war. And Pasha's parents are missing, and she believes in her heart that they've passed. So she goes on this wonderful long journey with Ana and Saza, and then many, many years later, she wonders what really happened to her parents. She wonders what's underneath all that trauma. And so she decides to leave the Maidan forest and take out on a long journey to find her home. I should say her birth home. She would say her home was the Maidan. Audible breath in. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, there I am. Oh, thanks, Lolly. Hey, I can never remember if it's Corinne or Karen. Corinne, probably. Hey. Okay. Hopefully everything is sounding good. And we're going to jump into our hoops now. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think I fixed it. Yeah, it fell. it fell. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Kind of. There. Fun with cameras. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay. I don't know who that is in the picture. Every time I see that image, I saw it one time online just looking at art, and I thought, oh, that looks exactly how I've imagined Pasha to look, so that's what that is. Karen, okay. Thank you for correcting me. I always wonder why people don't correct me. I used to call people by the wrong name for years. No idea. Okay. Okay. Water break. So basically with these myth and flow classes, or at least this one anyway, they're more flow. That's why it's called myth and flow. So if you're looking for specific instruction tonight, unless it comes up through a story or we just get on it, this will be more flow based tonight. All right. Maybe I should set this up just a little bit better. All right, so Pasha is setting, I think maybe I'll set this up in 15 seconds and then we'll just press play. Saza is heading out into, so my Dan lived in basically what you can imagine almost like Central Park, but a forest. Like it was in the middle, and it was on all these sharp hillsides. And so in that forest was where they lived. It was kind of a sanctuary for birds and lots of things. And then they would hike down these steep cliffs. And then usually they were escorted by this group of people, a tribe that protected them. But we'll get into that later. But eventually they're left alone. They don't need protection. So in this portion, before I press play, Pasha has made it down these steep cliffs. She has been escorted out to a certain point where she decides to walk on her own, and that's what we're going to do now. And as Pasha is walking, she's remembering the story of Anah. And so she opens her hands and she feels for the breeze. And she feels the wind roll across her 2 trees. And she's feeling very light and she's feeling very free with every step. And then she begins to just twirl and move and let go. As a dancer, as you are a dancer, I invite you to step into the character of Pasha in this moment and just imagining all the different feels that she has as she thinks about taking on this mission of peace. All the answers she wanted to hear, or all all the answers she didn't want to hear were all potentially in her future. And yet all she felt she could do was just dance with wind. Sweet, Megan. Well, tonight we're not really forcing anything, so you can kind of flow anytime you want to. All right. Okay. 1 second. Okay. These cameras. All right. So. Oh, okay. So here for this next exercise. Oh, sweet, Juniper, you're here. Yeah, it's a great one. All right, so I don't want to kill the momentum here, so Pasha was very, very smart, and she was very everything. And this wasn't her first rodeo. This wasn't the first time she had left. And at this age, she was probably like our age or maybe a little bit older. And so she's setting out. And because she knew it wasn't her first time, she remembered all the times that she felt lonely in the other times where she had went. And that she had realized that she had been so fiercely independent and to herself that it had created this kind of force field, or it sort of created this sort of field around her where it sort of seemed to she gave people the impression she didn't need connection. And it was another Maidan named Sakia that a long time ago had sort of broken through this and said, I think I see what's happening here. And Sakia is the drummer. And so she gave Pasha this little small drum. And so then Pasha takes that as in preparation for carrying this connection with her, to have something there that was, because she had bonded with Sakia, who had sort of broken through with her. She kept this drum. And so then when she would play the drum, she would think about the Maidan that made the drum, the Maidan that played the drum, how, what Maidan had taught that Maidan, and just on and on. And so this relic, or this drum, really connected to her. And so it was more than just Sakia. And so in this portion of the story, we're just going to keep walking, but she starts to play that drum, okay? And I'll give you a little bit more context, but I don't want to. And this is a flow class, so you can move any way you want to move. So the invitation that this story is sending is to think about your drum. To have it with you when you leave to go find your answers. What would you take? What would be the symbol that would remind you of your true home, of the people that love you, If you're not familiar, if I haven't shared any stories of Sakia, the drummer, she's the fun my Dan. She's the fun one. So her sort of breakthrough with Pasha was that Pasha's this very serious intellectual, and Sakia's the funny one. She's the fun party my Dan. And it was she that got through. This is not on my SoundCloud. This is... Thank you. Okay. All right, I love that track, and I love this track. I'm only fading because I think we kind of have to, need to, want to. Yeah, I love that. Maybe we'll have a Sakia class. Okay, so kind of a good time to do this. Hopefully your energy is feeling good. You're kind of getting activated, and so I don't want to slow that up at all. But to say that one of the key concepts that this My Dan character brings to the My Dan story is the idea of piace. And it's something that, I'm sure anyone else was thinking or could have thought or whatever, but it's attributed to her because she was able to explain something that most of the other My Dan felt was, that she was speaking words to things they had felt, right? And so she believed this, everything was rhythm, and that every person had a rhythm, that their rhythm was constantly changing, and that you had a rhythm. And then when two rhythms, collided, or not collided, when they met, two rhythms come together, it's kind of like two drummers, and they sort of have to get on the same page, or it sounds like complete chaos. And it's just, no matter how slow or how fast they play, it doesn't get any better if they're not listening to each other. So that's called a piace, and it's called that's part of it. So one of the things that Pasha brings to us in our practice is the idea of a piace song. And that means that when you are listening to it, that you're not bringing any agenda to the song. You might start with a technique, like that kind of agenda, but like you're not trying to hit every beat or whatever. You're just trying to flow with the song, right? You're trying to allow basically your body to take over and hoop. That's called a piace song, or a piace exercise. So we're going to do one. We're going to do one now. Sometimes piace songs I make them really hard. I don't think this one's too hard, but it's definitely a little challenging. But remember, you hoop any way you want to, but just try to listen to the music. So for me, like, one of my favorite ways to fall into a song, like for, a Pasha exercise, a piace exercise, is just with like a simple weave or something or waist hooping, something that's super simple.
They don't know what I know. They don't know like I know. All the time, been hanging around. All the time, I've been hanging around.
I'm from the South. I'm a Southern girl, home of the burning church. Don't know much about the world. Home of the pocket stones, home of the Buddha songs, home of the finger wave that lasts all night long. Home of the on and on, home of the dominoes, home of the two-piece and a pepper, home of the teeth that's gold. Young girl in a rocky world, fly as a bumblebee. Can't nobody fuck with me.
They don't know what I know. They don't know like I know. All the time, been hanging around. All the time, I've been hanging around.
Country fried, I like my tofu fried. Got about 100 friends that ain't caught on the trends. Don't know about the internet, don't know about the radio, don't know about the television. All I know is about my flow. My kinfolk sent me out to make money for the house. Hooked up with my boy Isaiah, I sure hope the record sell. Sun girl, in a rocky world, fly as a bumblebee. Can't nobody fuck with me.
They don't know what I know. They don't know like I know. All the time, been hanging around.
One of the, kind of in the middle of this song, I'll just interject and say that Pasha's general philosophy was that to learn a piace with anything is to help you learn a piace with other things, right? Or to see one piace, to be able to see one would help you see others, which would be good and bad, like if it was a bad habit or something, to be able to see that. So she very much believed that, like what we're doing right now, by listening to music and being affected by it, that we're like neurologically, we're keeping ourselves open. We're keeping our mind and our body open, right, to sort of see these clues. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, sweet. Bonnie, I love having you a part. And you get it. I know it's hard to. Yeah. So about posting the music, I will. I'm not exactly sure how to easily do that from my iTunes because I don't think I can attach files to the Restream comments. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. But hopefully you've been able to see some of the things in the sound. And then one of the here's the big hack. If you guys don't know this, I know Juniper, you watch on replay sometimes. On replay, when the replays post, the HD version or usually just the regular version, the one that went out live, they'll list every song like automatically. It'll be, if you click more in the description, it'll show you every single track. It'll show you when it started. It's pretty cool. And I think it happens for pretty much all of my videos. I don't have anything to do with it. It just does it. I think it's, so it monetizes it. Okay, so this is one of those times where I would kill to have another, well, I wouldn't kill, but I would love. It's so funny that those two things work that way. I would love, Baba Alatan, Baba Tunde is who you guys were really digging, by the way, the drummer. Okay, Angie. Oh, good, Angie, sweet. All right. Okay, so I really don't know if everyone still has energy, but I don't know. I think I don't know. Should we start maybe it's time to start the free. Actually, let's. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with Baxter, and it must be, it must be a trip to hear it. Okay. I think we should have, yeah, okay, I see how we can get this. Okay, let's do one kind of softer song. Oh, sweet. I think you'll like this one too. Yeah. This will be kind of a change of pace, but what I was, audible breath in. Pasha was into balance. Balance kind of taught Pasha what different rhythms could look like. Before she had ever seen someone balance the hoop, she didn't even realize it could do that. She thought it was magical. And then Ana and Saza invite her into the circle, literally. And it's the first thing Pasha goes for, but it's the last thing she gets. Balance is a slow read. It's a big, thick book. And it gets better after about page 500. We're going to do kind of a slowish. We're going to do kind of a slowish track for some balance play. And then we'll pick it up just a little bit for the free hoop. Thank you guys for joining me. It's nice, Lisa. Good. Good. Oh yeah, I should have. Thank you, Lisa. I invited you to. I know, since it's free flow. I love it when you share what you're doing to a song. Sarah does that sometimes. Everybody does that sometimes. If you find a song that you like with the technique, let me know. And of course, you can, step away from balance as well. Although for some of you, I might encourage trying it. When you're activated, when you're listening. Is most definitely a piace. You're always zoning in on the rhythm of the hoop. In balance, the hoop tends to lead the way more than you do. So Lisa, I don't know if you guys can see what she said. She said, when you balance and you spin on the back of your hand, do you push the hoop outward or inward toward yourself? I'll show you. Oh. Oh, that's weird. Huh. Okay. Oh, my camera went out. Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I wanted to show you the bird's eye camera. I thought it was working. Maybe Maybe I knocked it out or something. Okay, so anyway, this, you're talking about when I am spinning it on the back of my hand like that, I'm guessing. And you're saying, like, do I want to spin it inward? See, maybe if I try this other, see if we can. Is that right, maybe? Oh, no. Is that going to work? Yeah, okay, so this might be a good, okay, so this might sort of work for this, although it's a little distracting. You're asking me when I spin it, do I spin it towards the inside of me like that, or do I push it towards the outside like that, I'm guessing. My first current for doing hand walks, if I'm trying to twist it like this, my first current is to the left. It would be counterclockwise. I don't really have a preference for when I'm spinning on the back of my hand because when I first started doing, or not when I first, but you know, when I got where I could sort of hold it over there, I would do both. And you know, what I recommend is that you sort of hold it out, you let yourself get one or two, whatever. And you know, you never want to lock your arms, but I don't know if I really have, if there's a better direction. And there might be you might be asking me about a very specific move that I'm doing. Okay, cool. All right, so hopefully we got that. Okay, so, okay, don't know if that worked. Okay, so thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for joining me. We're going to move into our free hoop since it's, you know, kind of been doing that anyway. But I'd like to have like 2 or 3 songs of free hoop. And but I want to thank everybody for joining me. I'm not sure if we will have a jam on over the weekend. I'm thinking we probably won't. So, yeah, actually, we won't have a jam over the weekend. Well, I don't know. No, we're not going to. Yeah, we're not going to do that because I'm going to finish my couch, which is almost done. Thank you. All right, thank you, Jennifer, for that. Okay, so I won't talk anymore. Let's free hoop. This is sort of I'm playing songs I don't always kind of. This is not the usual kind of track I play, but I think it's a pretty good one. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. Oh, it's gonna snow. Yeah, definitely need to get it done then. All right. Thanks, Ian.
I don't think that this is right. My eyes are to complain now. I think I just can't see inside. My body's playing now. I just don't want to let it ride. You ain't got no feels, no. No, you cannot be the one. I'd rather sleep alone. I'd rather sleep alone. I'd rather sleep alone. Rather sleep alone. Rather sleep alone. I'd 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 rather sleep alone. Rather sleep alone. I'd rather sleep alone. Rather sleep alone. I'd rather sleep I'd rather sleep alone.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so, all right, so for this next to last track tonight, for those of you guys that are still here, Viv and I had one of my earliest hoop buddies was someone named Elias. And he, him, and Vivian, especially him and Vivian, because they dated it for a while and then became sort of best friends, kind of, it's nice when it happens. And they, well, I wouldn't say best friends, but they became in close contact. They were sort of spiritual allies. And he, unfortunately, was taken off of this earth a while ago, I think over 10 years now or even longer. But every time we get together, it's kind of like these stories, like we sort of feel, whether it's in our consciousness or if it's here or whatever, we just sort of feel Elias. And so it's way too emotional to play something with Viv here. It'd be emotional for me, it'd be emotional for her or whatever. But I wanted to finish tonight with a song. It's a fast song, I think. I can't really remember how it paces, but every time I heard it, I thought of Elias. And I know sometimes it helps if you know the words, so I would just say that the song is called I Like the Way You Dream. Or it's called The Way You Dream, but the chorus is I Like the Way You Dream. And it's just such a beautiful sentiment, and it just so is how I feel about Elias. So we're going to end with that. You can hoop any way you want to. I mean, we'll do a cool down song after this, but
Only silence remains. Because I have to listen to him. I have to listen to the silence. I have to experience him.
dream. I love the way you 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 dream. Even my most base complaint, my sweet minds were lower. And even all of my restraint, my sweet mind was clumsy. And even if there's only one thing I want for you, I want for you. I love the way you dream. I love the way you dream. I love the way you dream. And I love the way you love the way you dream. One for you, one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you. There's only one thing I want for you. I want for you. And I love the way you love the way you dream. One for you, one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you. Dream, dream, dream.
Okay. Oh, I know what. You know what? I'm gonna play one more song, just to cool things off. Most of you have probably checked out, but okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do one more kind of cool song or cool down song. If you've already bailed or if you're about to bail, thank you guys so much for joining me. No jam this weekend. Monday class will be the next Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you had a good class. I'll be back Monday. Tonight was a great suggestion. If you ever have suggestions, I'm open to it. I never thought we'd be going 2 years. We do this twice a week, so we have loads of space to do all kinds of topics. So let me know if there's something you want me to cover, even if you're on replay with me or whatever. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I will hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you Monday.